Welcome to Karaoke Hacks. I'm your host Paul, and today we are going to actually just making a really quick video to answer the most frequently asked questions. At least I'm going to try to answer the most frequently asked questions. But before we get into that, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, ring that bell to help me keep this show going and to make sure that you get up to date with the most latest videos that are coming out. Karaoke FAQs is coming right up after the intro. This is Karaoke Hacks. So the most asked question for me is, what do I do if my TV doesn't have an auxiliary out? It doesn't have a 3.5mm out or an RCA out, which is those two are called analog outs, and you need to convert it to digital before you get into the mixer. But most of the TVs, or at least some of the TVs that people have, they don't have analog outputs. So I always tell them to look at the back of the TV and look for a digital out, which is also called an optical or a TOSLINK out. And this is what it looks like. See, your TV will have, if you don't have an RCA out, if you don't have this or a 3.5mm out, this is the other one that you look for. That's the optical out. See, digital audio out. So once you find that one, you look for the cable, you attach the optical cable, and you buy one of these. This is the solution. This pretty much converts your output, digital output, into analog output. So when it reaches this mixer, it has to, because this mixer needs to be RCA. It needs to have RCA inputs. So you go from TV, which is this one, digital TV, digital out, to the converter. So it's a digital to analog converter. And it goes from, you attach the TV cable to this one, to the TOSLINK cable. And then you attach the RCA cables in front. This is what a TOSLINK cable looks like. You attach these cables to this mixer, which is going to be audio in the back of the mixer. So quick recap. If your TV doesn't have an analog out, it should have a digital out, which is an optical cable. It's going to say either digital audio out or optical. So that means your TV doesn't have an analog out, which is, I think it means that it's a little newer. So you go from there to converter, and then from converter, the digital to analog converter, which means you plug in TV digital to analog to karaoke mixer, because the karaoke mixer is analog. So you plug it into the karaoke mixer, and then karaoke mixer into the soundbar.
Extreme recap.
So no analog output for TV. You go TV, converter, mixer, soundbar. So now the second question that I usually get is, what if my soundbar doesn't have any analog inputs, or it doesn't have any RCA inputs or 3.5mm inputs? So I always tell them to go to the back of the soundbar and look for the optical in. So it's kind of like this one at the back of the, if you don't have an auxiliary in, this is the next best thing. Okay, I would love to have my soundbar to have RCA ins and auxiliary in and optical in. That's the dream, but not all soundbars have that. They only have this one, just the optical in. So you attach, what if you have that and you don't have this, if you don't have the auxiliary in, then you need this one. This one is the opposite of the other converter. This one converts analog to digital. So you get your TV, RCA or 3.5mm, as long as it's plugged into the karaoke mixer, which is this one. And then from the mixer, RCA, to the converter, you plug it here, and then this out goes into the optical input of the soundbar.
Extreme recap.
So if your TV has an analog output but your soundbar doesn't have a digital output, you go TV, mixer, converter, and then go to the soundbar. Does that make any sense? Hopefully it does. I'll try to answer questions. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. If you have any opinions, if you're like someone who specializes in audio, I would love for you to tell me if this is a good setup, if this is the most ideal setup for this product. I would love to know. Just help us out. I really appreciate it. The third most asked question for me is, can I just use my smart TV and bypass the Google Chromecast or any cast device? In theory, yes, you can. As long as you are able to generate output of audio from your TV to a cable that needs to go into the mixer. If you can't project audio out to the mixer, then either way, if your TV is not smart or if it's analog, it's not going to work. You need to be able to project audio out. Meaning, how would you know? You could attach headphones to your TV and you could hear it from your headphones, because that means it's external audio. If you want to know more, you could go to this article. TheAmbient.com has a great article about streaming sticks get a smart TV without getting a smart TV. So pretty much you're going to just add something to the old TV and make it digital. And there are so many options here. Like you could get an Amazon Fire TV stick. You could get, if you're an Apple user, you could get an Apple TV 4K, right? Look at that. If you're an Android user, you could get a Google Chromecast with the Google TV. There's a new one. If you're on a budget, you could use Roku. And this is what they're saying. The best streaming soundbar is the Nebula soundbar, which I'm going to have all the links in the description below so that you can just easily get the products. This is a really great article. I'm also going to put this link of the article to the description. So if you have more questions about this karaoke setup, or if you have any questions about your karaoke setup, hit me up, put it in the comments, or email me at karaokehacks@gmail.com. I would love to answer them. We're coming up with a new website soon. It's www.karaokehacks.com, and I'm going to post there more of like updates, newer devices, and just I'll try to help you out so that you could get an educated decision when it comes to buying these karaoke setups. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching this video and for liking and subscribing to my channel. If you are going to buy something, I would really appreciate it if you buy from the links in the description to help me out and make sure that this channel keeps on going. Take care, you guys. Let's make this quarantine thing a dream by staying home and just keep singing.
I love you.